has now officially been in a drought for 4 long years.
The lack of rainfall has caused Lakes Travis and Buchanan to fall to only 41% of capacity. In the first of a 2-night series, David Yeomans shows us that it's not only important how much water is coming into the lakes, but also how much is going out.
Just about everyone in Texas is feeling the pain of the drought, from low lake levels to water restrictions. But rice farmers in southeast Texas could be feeling it the most. In fact, if this drought continues, the entire Texas rice industry could simply disappear.
Before you pick it up, then bring it to the threshing machines. So
Ronald Gertson has rice farming in his blood. According to the USA Rice Federation, rice is grown in 20 counties in southeastern Texas and has been since the 1880s. Texas provides about 6% of the nation's rice. But with another sunrise over the rice fields of southeast Texas comes another day with no easy solution to an ongoing problem.
rice is a fairly water-intensive crop to grow.
Growing a first and second crop of rice requires 4 feet of water per year. That's 3 to 4 times as much water as other crops grown in the state.
You cannot grow a crop of rice on local rainfall.
If not from rain, the water needed to grow the rice has to come from another source. Assuming lake levels are high enough, the LCRA releases specific amounts of water for rice farming in southeast Texas. Irrigation canals channel the water right here, where it's used to flood the rice fields.
This area, LCRA water is extremely crucial. Traditionally in this area, 95% of the lands that are under rice production are dependent upon LCRA water 100%.
During 2011, almost 500,000 acre-feet of water were released from the Highland Lakes for rice farming downstream. To put that into perspective, that is a year's worth of water for 1.3 million Central Texas households.
Without it, there would be nothing happening. In fact, this time last year, there was nothing happening out here within 3 or 4 miles of where we're standing right now.
That's because in 2012, the LCRA filed an emergency drought relief order with the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality. The TCEQ's approval of the order meant that most rice farmers in the state didn't receive a drop. Some propose using the area's numerous wells to flood the rice fields with groundwater instead of using water from the Highland Lakes.
Groundwater is not a viable option for completely replacing LCRA water because there's only about 15,000 acre-feet of remaining availability among the 3 counties down here, and that's not going to replace the 250,000 or more acre-feet that are needed to continue irrigating the crops down here.
And if the drought continues, the LCRA could again not release water for farmers downstream. This brings into question the long-term sustainability of rice farming in Texas.
For one, I'll be doing something else. All of the farmers and all of our employees, which is probably several thousand folks, will be doing something else.
$200 million in the Texas economy at the mercy of water, and it's got to come from somewhere.
If this whole lake dries up, what happens?
That was Pat Mulligan, one of many local residents who are concerned about how water releases for rice farming could impact the drinking supply for millions right here in Central Texas. We'll hear their side of the debate in the second part of our 2-night series tomorrow night at 10. In the studio, David Yeomans, KXAN News.